On the night of the uniform unveiling, it really wasn't something that we were actively discussing.
The next morning, I get up early Friday and I go and I do some interviews, and again, not really even thinking about that day, but I do see on the news, baseball news, that it looks like Zack Greinke's close to signing, and it's either San Francisco or LA.
It dawned on me that they were probably stuck on length of contract. And I concluded, because I was reading about it, I personally concluded that maybe proposing a 6-year deal versus what we were reading about that was being discussed as a 5-year deal might get their attention. And so I sat down and worked with our already committed payroll and looked at our budget and came up with a financial plan that I thought we could afford to commit to.
Ken calls, and I said, hey, let me call you right back when I get in the studio. I'm about to do a live interview on the uniforms. He said, okay, you better hurry. So I go inside, let them know I'm there. I go into the green room. I call him back, and he says, are you sitting? And I said, no, I'm not. Should I? And he said, yeah, you better. So I sat down, and Ken said, I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think we can do this. I think you should go pursue Zack Greinke. And I went, wow, I'm glad I am sitting.
Phone rings, and Derek says, can you step outside? I said, sure. And he says, Ken has called this morning. He said, let's take a shot at Greinke. And I went, say that again? It's another Greinke that I don't know about?
I was shocked. I wasn't stunned, I was shocked, actually shocked. I almost fell out of my seat.
I think we were all just totally taken back. We didn't know what to think.
We were nervous because it quickly became clear that there was a legitimate opportunity once the first phone calls occurred, and then, as is always the case, there was some give and take.
Let me make an offer to you. What if we were going to say this many years for this much money? It was about a 3-second pause, and he said, okay, you're in the game.
Zack had made some comments, like at the All-Star game to Goldie and AJ, that he really liked the way we played. So we had a feeling that he likes our style of play.
He calls back and he says, not only is Zack interested, he sounded like he could be general manager of your club. He talked about every one of your players. He talked about your defensive alignment. He talked about how you need him to take it to the next level. So this was probably about 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
There was some give and take, between Zack's representatives and us over the specifics. The actual detailed proposal that first Derek and I talked about was altered, I think the right word to use is modestly, between the start point and the end point.
And at about 5:30 that afternoon, we had a deal.
And so he called to let me know the deal was done. And of course, I was thrilled that it was happening and that it could be a game changer for our club.
My wife and I actually went to her nephew's house down in Chandler to babysit their 2-year-old. And didn't think much of it until I got a call from Deshaun Watson, who broke the news to me. And I had to go outside the house because the baby was taking a nap. So I wanted to yell and scream.
An old roommate, a great player named Sal Bando, captain of the A's in the 70s. He and his wife had invited me to dinner at Paradise Valley, the country club. And I'm sitting down to have dinner with him. The phone rings, and Derek said, here's Zack's number. He's with us. I went, hallelujah. Probably scared everybody at the club.
We snuck in there. I think we did it the right way. And shortly after, I got a text from Larry Baer, my counterpart at the Giants, and he said, wow, congratulations. We sure wasted a lot of brain cells on this one and thought we had him. But I've got a lot of good friends and colleagues in the game, and they were very honest with each other. I didn't hear one negative comment or one person saying, boy, you guys are crazy.